A lot of people say, oh, they're snakes and all the rest of it. Well, they're not. Very, very nutritious, very easily digested, and they're supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
Eels? The eels make your eel go strong, become strong.
What are you smiling at?
Munchies present the oldest fast food restaurants in the East End.
Pie and mash is very traditional, especially in the East End. I would think
Okay.
that mostly because it was a...
I don't know, dudes. Would you eat that? Would you eat that, guys? I don't know. Why is it? You know what? I'll probably eat it. To be fair, I'll probably eat it. That looks good. Mashed potatoes. You got a pie. Got some green slime on it, and you got some eels down there. Why is it green? Why is it slimy?
very, very cheap and quick meal. It was possibly one of the...
One large pie and mash, $4.50. One pie and mash, $3.90. All prices are to eat and shop. Okay.
very first fast foods, where you could walk in, order your food, and within a blink of an eye, you've got it on a plate, you're sitting down eating it.
Okay, because it's all, yeah, it's already mass produced, right?
Cook, apparently in 1862, he decided to put a meat pie with the mashed potato and parsley sauce, the liquor. And that was the very first time it was...
Parsley sauce, the liquor? What? The sauce is so good, it can get fucked. The meat pie is so good and mash is amazing. I love me some mashed potatoes, man. I can't lie, man. I love some pies too. Meat pie sounds good to me.
As we know it, as pie and mash and liquor.
I've been coming here since Joe opened this. I've been over South London and they're not the same as these.
This is the shit, huh?
This is the original.
Yeah, as you say, man, that's the shit. That's the real stuff right there.
This little rubber thumb stool...
Where do you get the eels from, though?
in the middle of the eel, there's bones. And if you are unlucky, it doesn't happen all the time, you put your thumb in and the bone goes up your thumb, which is a lot of fun. But it does double as a wart, which is very handy. So I've got some eels here that I'm going to prepare. They are live. I've had them.
You've had it.
So they're not that lively now.
You've had this, dude? You've actually eaten this, dude? How is it?
Flippers.
It's good except for the eels?
Or behind the ears, as we call it. Straight across and he's dead.
Behind the ears.
It's as quick as that. Then
He was alive?
Straight now. You go basically be alive. I've had them.
Wait.
So I've got some eels here that I'm going to prepare. They are live. I've had them in water, so they're not that lively now. You go basically behind the flippers, or behind the ears, as we call it, straight.
Okay, so this is like okay to show on YouTube, right? He's literally killing an animal here, right? But because it's the stuff that we're used to, like fish or chicken or whatever. If you see a chicken carcass, stuffed carcass like that on YouTube, it's fine. But if you show some kind of weird animal, or somebody slaughtering something like in the wilderness, like there's this channel, the greatest ever food review show. You guys watch that guy? They restrict his videos all the time because he watches people like slaughtering animals in the wild and stuff. And he doesn't like show it like this, like, you know, it's like more classy. And it's just like, so what, so this is the thing. We put ourselves so far away from the actual food that we eat. Like every time you eat, that was a living animal that's been slaughtered. Okay? And I don't think it should be a big deal to show that on camera. No, I don't think that's violence or anything. It's still like you need to know that the stuff that you eat is actually a living thing, man. You don't think about it anymore. You just get it from the store, you get it from the supermarket, you just eat it regardless, you don't think about it. All right? And that's I don't think that's right, man. Comfortable, delicious food. It's cooking. It's fine. Okay. The soup is good. Last time I was in London. Damn, dude. Okay, that's awesome, dude. Okay, doing through the season 2. Fish don't have feelings.
Across and he's dead.
So don't pause video on this. It's not the big deal, but on pause on it. Okay, all right, fine. I'm sorry, man.
It's as quick as that.
I don't understand.
Then
I'm trying to prove a point, man.
Across the
Yeah,
belly.
it is. It's still shaking.
And then straight up, like so.
Yeah, that's literally slaughtering an animal. There you go.
I was.
It was
born
alive
and brought
5
up in a
minutes ago.
market.
5 seconds
I
ago,
used to
actually.
cut the eels up with my dad.
Isn't it crazy how easily you can just remove the inside of an animal? It's like your body, like you're a sack. You're like a sack, and there's like organs inside of this. If somebody cuts you off like this, like everything will go out like that. It's like it's holding up together in there. Look at this guy. He just like scraped the inside of an animal.
Dad,
Like
when I
that.
was a tiny kid, he'd give me one that was half knocked out, and I'd hack its head off and gut it after a fashion. You've got to be careful because I could cut the head off and the blood could squirt into your lenses. Better than that, it could go into your
Look,
eye.
it's
and
moving.
that is fearsome, I tell you. It stings like buggery.
If it goes into your eyes,
They're very, very meaty. They're a beautiful.
there's a lot of meat in
bread
that.
eel.
That's for
Got
sure.
lovely thick sides to them. That is how we prepare them to cook them. These have to be washed, and they're beautiful, beautiful pieces of eel.
Looks pretty good to me, man. I'll eat that. I don't know, man. The thing is with eels, if you know how they live, is the problem with the eels, right? It's not that what they look like here. If you know what's going on, where they come from, it's like you're like, you know what? I don't think I want that.
Do now while I'm waiting for the.
Also, they have this ability when they're defending themselves, they release the slime in the water and become super slimy and shit. It's terrible, man. We'll be counting with the Warframe quest.
To boil
Okay.
so we can put the eels on is go over to the
Okay.
making board and make some pies. Ugly! Here.
Fried eel is so good,
Right.
but jelly eels can
dough
get
obviously is
F.
already
Yeah,
made.
man. I saw that jelly eel stuff, man, in one of these videos, and that stuff doesn't look appetizing at all,
We
man.
make that during the day, the bottom dough and the top dough. That's the bottom dough now that's been squashed out. That will be squashed in here and divided into 36 equal dollies. It will roll out through the
Oh
rolling
man,
machine.
he's
there,
using like a
divided
hand
into
pressing
36
machine,
equal
man.
dollies.
Now these things come in like they vibrate and they cut the dough for you.
It will roll out through
Still
the rolling
using old
machine
school,
there.
huh?
Everything's all done from scratch, everything. Well, this starts off as short crust pastry, but this being the bottom dough, it needs
You
to
don't want to
be
get your hand stuck in there, man.
a
That's for sure.
firmer, more elasticy dough than the crust.
Ah.
So this ends up with all the cuttings from the crust and the bottom dough,
Okay.
and flour and water.
What do you stuff
This is
in
the
there?
podger,
man?
and this is an odd piece of
So
dough.
at least they don't flatten
that
it
we
by
use
hand, you know? They just
to make the indentation for the meat to go in. All these processes, although they're very simple by themselves, are very important when they.
That's the thing about cooking. If you want to cook something really well, you love eel and sushi. I hate every other way. I hate sushi. But we'll get about sushi some other time, man. I can rant about sushi for a long time, by the way. That's the thing about cooking. It's just some simple things that if you do them right, it will make your food better. It's like if you cook pasta and like let's say like a simple step, right? If you don't mix your cheese with your sauce and melt the cheese in the sauce for your pasta sauce, the pasta's not gonna taste as good. If you're just gonna drop it on top and mix it after, that's not gonna taste as good. If you put your pasta on a plate and then put the sauce on top of it, it's not gonna taste as good as mixing it up in the pot while the sauce is hot. If you put too much oil on your pasta, your sauce is not gonna stick to your pasta. Your pasta is gonna taste like shit. There we go. It's simple things, right? Nice. Would love to hear it.
Come to the whole.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about
This
We'll
is
talk
our
about
meat.
sushi.
Scotch hindquarter flank that I bone out every week, and we've got salt and pepper. And
You're getting me started about freaking sushi, man. Freaking appetizer food. I'll get to it after the video.
Salt and pepper, and a little bit of caramel
Okay.
for a bit of gravy colour, if you will, and that's it. We always.
What?
have
How do you
before
make this?
and the flank.
Flank,
This
huh?
is our meat, Scotch hindquarter flank
Okay.
that I bone out every week, and we've got salt and pepper, and a little bit of caramel for a bit of gravy colour, if you will, and that's it.
So basically, it's just salt and pepper and meat, and some color.
We always have British beef, sometimes Scotch.
I mean, beef is like the best cuts of beef are best eaten just salt and pepper, dude.
But
Is it
always always.
You don't
very,
over-season
very
your good
quality.
meat.
I don't think there's anything wrong with simple food at all. I never have. Good quality product to start with. Cook it well,
True.
present it nice. I don't think you can go wrong. And that's as basic as pie and mash. That's as basic as fish and chips. It's keeping consistency.
Pie and mash, yeah.
There's your pies ready to have the top.
That's a lot of meat, actually. I'm surprised, man. I thought it was not gonna have that much meat.
And you don't hold the pie like a brick. You've got no idea how gently I'm holding these pies. There's no finger marks on them, no thumb marks. I love cooking, I always have since I was a kid. For my 21st birthday, one of my presents was a crepe Suzette burner and frying pan. But I call this with...
I do love cooking myself, dudes. I love to cook. I installed the TV in my kitchen so I can watch TV and YouTube, basically. Watch YouTube and cook, man. I got one of those super cheap ass Android TVs, but you know, it's good enough for the kitchen. I'm not gonna be like fucking watching movies on it. You know that the PC Gamer posted an article on Twitter related to the aliens. You should check it out. Aliens and PC Gamer? What's the aliens got to do with aliens, man?
Deep respect, cooking by numbers.
Aliens the game?
I was a shit painter.
Or the movie, or what? Or actual aliens?
And my painting by numbers used to look awful because I always used to overlap. This is exactly the same as making these. If you do it as it's supposed to be done, you'll end up with a bloody good pie.
There you go. Just your ABCs.
There's your batch of pies. They're all ready for the oven. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Right, if you let me have a quick Bob Splosh, we'll have a look at
I'm somewhat of a chef myself. Yes, man. I'm somewhat of a Ramsay myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a video game. Instead, related to research. About research about aliens. I watch a lot of stuff about space, by the way. I love watching like space stuff.
I've got the wall.
I like space. No, you know, supernovas, black holes, stuff like that. You know, universe expansion, black energy. You know, dark matter, all that stuff.
On here, I've thrown the pimentos in.
Okay.
There's your eels ready to go in, and they go into absolutely boiling water, and they'll simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes, and they should be done.
You just gonna boil them, dude? You just gonna boil them? Come on, put some. Just pimentos, water, and boil them in there, man. That's gonna be tasteless, man. That fish needs spices, dude. Oh man, that nobody would eat that here because, like, you know, I live in an island, man. If your fish smells fishy and it's not spiced right, people are like, get the frick out of my house, man. What the fuck is this shit? Ooh, look at that. That looks good.
This
Ain't
is the
gonna
pot
lie.
where we had the eels boiling.
That looks
They're now
juicy.
Cooked. All you need to do is have a
actual
drop of
real life
your liquid
aliens
to help to make your jelly. This is powdered gelatine that you.
Dude, that's why it tastes horrible. Yeah, because it's not made properly. Who? Even if you're gonna boil fish, you need to fry it up a little bit so it gets a little bit of a crust, and then you boil it. Oh, even if you boil it, it needs a lot of spices, man.
Dissolve into your liquid. Now what you do is take out your eels, handling them gently. You don't have to bash them around because they are quite tender now. We'll stick that in there.
You just put the water as well.
So that they're nicely covered with jelly. They'll cool right down now. They'll go into the fridge and they'll be jelly by the morning. And then what you will end up with is jellied eels.
Get out of here, man. Oh my god, man. That's gonna be the blandest ass shitting fish I've ever seen in my life. I don't even need to taste it to know how it's gonna taste like, man. Jelly makes it sticky and horrible. Oh my god.
Harry, lunchtime.
And it's cold.
Here's your pie.
Oh my god, cold jelly, bland ass fish, dude. Boiled bland ass fish.
Straight out the oven.
Oh my god, dude.
There's your mash. And here is the parsley sauce, the liquor.
Parsley sauce, the liquor? What does that mean?
And
It has
jelly
alcohol in it? Alright, let's see.
And here is,
You didn't show us how to make
There's
your
your mash.
fancy ass mashed potatoes.
and here is the parsley sauce, the liquor.
What is
And
parsley
there's your
sauce, the
jelly
liquor?
eels. There's your
Is
chili
that like a
vinegar.
dessert? What is that, man?
You got the full kit now, the full Monty. Thank you. and good night.
Thank you and good night. Okay, I love that, man. He's such a nice guy, though. Such a nice guy. I honestly, I'll probably go try it out if I'm in East London or whatever.
Done
East End.
beautiful. And when you take the lid off the top, the pastry, there's all the gravy and in the mincemeat. It's lovely. And the mash.
It's lovely. What a sweet lady.
Nice. I'll be eating that camera in a minute.
Sweet house. Guys, if you like what you saw, I'm going to give you guys a like. These guys are awesome, man. Yeah, if you like what you saw, go give him a like, all that good stuff. Subscribe, like. This is a really good channel, by the way, Munchies. And if you guys watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Peace out.